Hello and welcome back to How To Bloke. Today I'm going to be doing mussels. Mussels, not the mussels from Brussels, there's something else. This is mussels, come from the sea, they do. These are not freshwater mussels, these are these ones came from the sea. The Mediterranean Sea, thank you for the prompt.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do this video in 3 stages. We're going to prepare the mussels for cooking, we're going to prepare the pan for the mussels, and then we're going to cook it and serve it. Okay, so what we're going to do first, these are the mussels here, and here's a 2 kilos, I don't know what that is in old money, but 2 kilos worth, 2 kilograms, and that's good for, let me see, 3 people, I would say. It might seem a lot, but it's not really, because you're only eating the bit that's in the middle, and you've got to chuck out some, because some wouldn't be okay to cook. So they're cheap, you know, you don't have to scrimp so much on buying them. So if you just add it, if you think, well, 2 kilos for 3, and you work it out yourself, whatever that is in ounces and pounds, whatever, then just add a few when you buy them for chuckage, you know, for ones that are not going to be cooked. So, okay, what we're going to do is I've just put them out from the bag. Now it's important to cook these on the same day you get them, preferably, because they're supposed to be alive when you cook them. They're bivalve mollusks, actually, if you want to be scientific about it. And they're supposed to be alive when you cook them. So if they're dead, the longer you keep them and store them, the greater chance of them. And when you buy these things, go to a wet fish store, a fresh fish store if you like, and get them where there's a lot of good turnover of these things. You see people buying them all the time. You want to get them pre-packed, really. You want to get them from somewhere that's a high turnover, so then you know they're going to be fresher. You know, get deliveries every day. Now, okay, let's rattle on here. So we've got these thingy-bobs here. Now, you see that one there? You wouldn't want to cook that. We're going to chuck that out. If you've got a shell that's damaged or cracked, you've got to have a look at these things. Get your glasses on.
Well, open, isn't it?
And have a look. And if they're open like that, and you tap them, and they don't close, it's dead. Right, so we're going to put out the ones that are rubbish in there, and we're going to put the ones we think are good in there. See, that's good, that's closed, right? There we are, can you zoom in on that? That's closed.
Hang on, click on. It doesn't want to zoom in for some reason. Yeah.
That's a closed one. Okay, that's an open one. It's fresh. It's dead. It's dead. So we're going to have a look at each of these, and we'll go through these little ones. Reject as well. So we've got to go through these. That one's alright. See that one's open there. If you tap it, it doesn't close up.
It doesn't, that one.
Yeah, that one's closed up, you see? So that one's alive.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
You don't close like
Automatic.
automatically. You have to wait a little bit. So that one's good. That one's open there, see?
It's not closing.
Now we're going to reject that, but always be on the safe side, because that one's closed. Always, you can come back to those and have another look, but always be on the safe side. That one's good. Yeah, that one's good. That one's open. That one's good. Reject that one. You see what I mean about leaving some that are...
Yeah. But he never gave us. It gave us a little bit more than 2 kilos. The fishmonger.
Okay.
Because the scales are not like 100%, you know.
Now that one's open there. I don't think that's going to close in a month for Sundays. Maybe. No, you can't come back to it. That one's closed there. You see what I mean about allowing a few more for chuckage, to reject. Don't worry about the scales and the barnacles, the beard and the barnacles now. We're just sorting out which ones are which are good enough. Now the more you do these, the more you're going to know what's good and what isn't. So You don't have to. This is. I'm just making absolutely sure. That's all right. That one's suspect. That one's all right. That one's all right. No. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. You see that's closed there. Look, like that. That one's closing up as I tapped it. Look. See that?
It's difficult to see in a camera. To be
It's
honest.
difficult. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So, little ones. That's good. It's closed. This is going to take a while. Don't worry about it too much. You're not going to. It takes like only 5 minutes to cook. So it's worth spending a little bit of time.
Don't get food poisoning, okay?
Yeah, because if you eat a bad one, the one that's dead, you're gonna have problems, big problems. Anywhere from like chronic stomach upset. So don't do it. Just don't take the chance. That one's good. That one, again, I don't think it's going to work. No, I don't think it's good. That one's good.
Maybe you can get like the family to help at this stage, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, but it depends on if you've got somebody who wants to get back to their gaming rig. They're not going to be as choosy as you are in selecting the right. They're going, oh, yeah, that's all right, that's all right, that's all right. So just, you know, it's worth the while taking a little bit of time to go through these. Now you can actually, if you hold it, you can feel the shell closing. That one, see, that one's right. That's closed up there. See that one? It depends how you store these as well. If now we get the mussels, they breathe. They've got to breathe. They've got to open their shells to breathe. But so yeah, this can take a while. We're back. I'm just having a sup of my tea here.
Let's have a look at your mug.
Yeah, the mug says.
Hello, handsome.
Hello, handsome.
On the other side as well.
I'm not sure that that's
Yeah.
appropriate, but
Of course it is. I gave it to you.
if you can't believe in yourself, you can't believe in, you know, you've got to.
Big
Anyway.
yourself up.
So what we've done here, you can have a look now. We've been through these mussels, and we've chucked this amount out. Now you might think, oh, that's a lot of mussels. Yeah, maybe. I was hoping maybe half of that amount, like that. But now, some people might say, oh, you can take a chance with one of these. These are not, you know, these will be all right. Yeah, but can you afford to take a chance?
No.
Do you really want bad stomach?
No.
Or no. For the sake of that, you might think, well,
That's about quid's worth, babe.
yeah, that's not a lot of money.
No.
And you think about buying a piece of meat or something. You go to the butcher, you buy a piece of pork, or you buy a piece of beef or something like that. You're going to trim it, possibly, normally, before you cook it. So you're chucking away the bits that you've been charged for, that you're going to chuck away. Do you get me?
Yeah,
So
the
there's always some
sinew
sort of
and stuff.
spoil. And if he's a nice fishmonger, he'll go, right, there's 2 kilos, have a few more, because he knows that you're going to chuck some, and he wants you to come back and buy some more. So that's the thing. So these ones here. Now remember, if they don't close, then they are dead or dying. Don't eat them. If they have broken shells, don't touch them. Right, now we're going to do another thing. You think, well, is that all you're going to do? Is that all you're going to check? No, because when you'll come to this bit in a minute, when we cook these things in steam, because they'll be cooking in steam and boiling, steam is hotter than water, the shells will open because the mussel inside there will contract and force the 2 halves of the shell open. If any of them don't open, then we chuck those as well. So it's like a double safety check. If they don't open, if they're not closed before you cook them, chuck them. If they're damaged, chuck them. And if after you've cooked them, they're not open, chuck them as well. Right? we're going to put these over here somewhere. And we've got our mussels ready to cook. Now, what are you going to have with mussels? Well, you're going to have them on their own. You're going to just think of it as a meat. Think of it as a meat. It's a good source of protein and zinc and selenium, vitamin B. So what are you going to have to serve with these things? Well, think of it as a meat, you know, as just one part of a meal. What goes ideally with it is some chips and some mayonnaise, garlic mayonnaise, something like that. But chips and that on its own, you don't need salad with it really. And you can live without salad for one meal, I'm sure. You know. This is great during the summertime. You're going to find particularly seasons which are different in every country, where mussels are at their peak, at their best, and you'll find them probably at the fish market. So buy them then. If you can't find mussels, it means that they're not in season, so don't buy them. Buy something else. So what we're going to do now, we're going to leave those away. We're going to clean them in a minute. You've seen enough of mussels for the moment. So what we're going to do is, how we're going to cook these? We're going to cook them with onion. This recipe: onion, garlic. We haven't got any fresh parsley or chives, so we're going to use dehydrated, freeze-dried herbs. So a little splosh of wine and some cream. Okay. So we're going to get the
sauce.
The sauce ready to go. This is a difficult one. Finally. So we're going to get this down. You could use chopped garlic in this, or frozen garlic, or whatever you like. It's up to you. But here today, let me just do a couple of these, and we'll fast forward the film so that you don't watch me cutting garlic, which is not particularly interesting. Right, we've chopped the garlic up like that, as you can see, and chop it nice and fine. Oh, you could crush the garlic in there, I suppose, as well, but you want the garlic and the onion to cook at the same time. If you squeeze the garlic in there, the chances are that's gonna burn. Because the idea is, what we're going to do is we're going to put the onion and garlic in there together with some olive oil and fry it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to deglaze the onion and the garlic with a glug or two of wine. You see, that's how we're going to do it. So, right, I'm going to chop this onion now. You don't have to watch this. We'll put it on fast forward. Okay, now a sip of tea. Okay, so we're back. We've got the onions ready. One onion, or you could use shallots in here. Shallots are probably better, or red onion. I haven't got any of either of those two, so I've just got some cloves of garlic here, 3 or 4. Some you can use it without the garlic, but you know it goes with the dish. It complements perfectly. And an onion. So you'll need some cream. We're done with the garlic there, and you'll need some fresh herbs or freeze-dried salad seasoning like that. So now we're going to clean these. Now I think, oh, this takes all the fun out of it. No, it's not really, because we're going to need to get. You need to get a bowl, 2 big bowls. Don't wrestle with these things with little tiny bowls. You know, it's just. These plastic bowls are cheap, or you can get stainless steel ones or whatever you want. Anyway, 2 big bowls. So you're going to put one of the bowls in the sink like that. Actually, you want 3 bowls really to make it ideal. Let's see. So 3 bowls. Okay. So we're going to fill this one up with a little bit of water, just so we can rinse the mussel. Now, what you do. Every mussel has got a bit of beard attached to it. Now this beard is what it uses to hang on to the rock that it's attached to, and getting them off again is you can get hold of it and pull it off like that. Now why are we doing this? Well, because you can't eat the beard because it's horrible. You don't want to eat it. You don't want it in the sauce, in the liquor either, preferably. So you're going to get rid of it. Again, oh yeah, there's a lot of problems, a lot of kerfuffle cleaning these things. Well, yes it is. But listen, you don't do this, if you do this every day, then you're a glutton for punishment, really. But
in the summer, you're cooking for a family, you want to prepare something. If you're doing a roast, it's just as long, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Not
but the speed at which you can cook these it kind of compensates for cleaning it up. And some of them are not too bad. You know, you're not going to get every tiny single bit off of it. If you have trouble getting it off, if you put it one way and try another. So for example, that's not coming off there, so you put it the other way and it comes off, you see. That one's fine. Now the thing about it is that these are not wild. They're farmed, so that the producer wants to ensure that the mussels are as clean as possible, so he can sell it to the retailer, the store. So he's going to make sure that his mussels, before he gives them offers them up for sale, are going to be as clean as possible, which is a good thing. It saves you trouble. It also means that he get a high price for them the better they are. Now barnacles, now barnacles, this is a barnacle there, look. And what's happened is this barnacle has attached itself to the mussel when it's been growing. These are alright, you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to pick them off. They're
just like the shell, isn't it?
Yeah, they won't cause any problems. They won't alter the flavour. That one there, they've always got a little bit of beard, but... Now, your fishmonger, he might offer you a pre-cleaned mussels, which is great, but they're not going to be as cheap.
Yeah. These were $3.95 a kilo.
That's €3.95.
Yeah.
In 2020, so you can work that out what that is. Okay, so where did we get to? Yes, we've cleaned all these things. Now look, these are all ready to. We've taken debearded them, and we had to chuck another couple out because we noticed there's the shells are broken. You didn't want to take a chance with those, so these are ready to go. Now these are ready to rock and roll. They've been rinsed enough. If in doubt, just rinse them again if you're in trouble with that. But they're ready to go, and what we're going to do now is we're going to get this thing off and cooking. So we're going to put this ring on hot as it will go, and there you can see it there. Okay, get the gas on. Now we need some olive oil, which is here. You can get a good glug of olive oil in there. Don't be stingy with it. You can use butter, but butter tends to burn. So just use oil, I find it gets a better result. So we're going to need some black pepper in there, so season the pan a little bit. So put some black pepper in there. Now we're going to put in, this is the onion and garlic that I've chopped up here. So that's going to go like that. So onion and garlic are going to be a similar size, so they cook at the same time more or less. And we need a still. Now if you're going to use a pan, use a big one like this. Now if your pan isn't big, you don't have a bigger pan, then do it in batches. Don't overload the pan, because you need to create the steam, the heat to cook them, to get them to open. So it's better to do, say for example these, I'm going to go in one go with those, just about fit in there. Also you need a lid. You can't do it without these. It's impossible. Not this way anyway. So we're going to just let them turn a little bit. There. We're just going to brown a little bit, and then we're going to get going. Now we're going to add some white wine to that. You don't have to add the white wine, but it goes again. The thing goes with it. What sort of wine? Well, any old cooking wine really. You don't want to put expensive plonk in there. It's just buy some cooking wine, sort of the cheapest white wine you can find. It'll do the job perfectly. How much? Well, there's about that much left in the bottle, so that much there. That's how much we're going to need, and that's going to create the steam which is going to cook that. As I say, if you didn't put that in, you put some water in. So
this is the one that we like called mariniere, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it goes well. I mean, don't forget, it's just the mussels is just the flesh. It's fairly, like you say, inert. It tastes of mussels, but it's fairly. You can put things with it like curry powder, paprika, smoked paprika. You can put just have it au nature with just cream and water. I like to. The flavours are better, I think. Flavours are better. Now that's on the turn there. Okay. So get a nice tight-fitting lid to go on there, because we're going to generate some steam. Steam is hotter than water, and it should be just perfect. Now, in the meantime, what I've done is I've prepared a little bit of what's it called again?
Aioli.
Thank you. And it's basically bashed up garlic, which is there, and some mayonnaise. And what we're going to do is we're going to dip our chips in that. So we're going to, whilst that's cooking away, we can do something like that quickly. So any old mayonnaise will do. If it's got diesel mustard in it, so be it. If it hasn't, don't worry about it.
You want some more?
I do want some more. This is definitely not enough for you lot. Okay. We're going to get that out in a minute. Now, look. It's starting to go black on the pan here. So we're nearly, the pan, the bottom of the pan is taking on a colour. So we're nearly ready to go in with the wine. So get your wine, and then you plonk it in just like that. Right. Now, we haven't got a little bit, we need just a little bit more water in there. That's not quite enough. Oh, you just need a splash more in it, like that. Right. Now you're going to say to me, well, when the mussels taste of alcohol, well, by the time it's finished cooking, it cooks about 5-6 minutes, you wouldn't be able to taste the alcoholic part of it.
It smells amazing.
So what you need to do is wait for it to bring up to the boil like that. You can't see if I turn the pan. Like that, see?
Yeah.
And you get your mussels and you chuck them in like this. Right? You give them a little shake, you put the lid on. Set timer 4-6 minutes.
Are you going to leave it on high? Or
leave it on high, maximum heat. Look, but you can't see it now, but it's on maximum. So you need to get that steam going inside there as quickly as you can.
Okay.
And we're going to get some more mayonnaise now to make this.
Aioli.
Yeah, aioli. I can never say it. Right, we found some more mayonnaise, and we're going to go in there with that and that like that. How much do you need? Well, I don't know. That's good. So this is bashed up. This is bashed up garlic clove. Okay. So we're going to put that. There's only one. There's only one in there. The reason I've only put one in there. Normally you can load it up with more garlic than that. But there's garlic in there as well. Garlic, garlic, garlic. You know, your best friend's got to be eating garlic as well. Otherwise, you'll be most unpopular. So that garlic goes in there like that, just like that. Wallop, and we give that a mix, just like that. You can add some parsley or something with this, but the parsley just for a bit of nonsense. It's just leave it like that.
Traditionally, you don't add nothing, do you?
No, you could add a little bit of vinegar if you wanted. But there we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for the purposes of this this thing, we're going to carefully. Now you probably want to have 2 of these bowls on the table, not one each. That's be over the top, but 2 of these bowls so that you can reach them with your chips. They're for dipping your chips in. You see? Okay, now these mussels will be going for how long now? See, 2 minutes to go. So I'll put them on for 6 minutes now. Can you see that through the camera? Can the camera see that?
Kind of, yeah.
Don't take the lid off because you're going to ruin it. Keep the lid on. Keep the lid on. See now that you can see the foam of the liquor. It reached about a tin about that much. And the steam. You see the steam. Right? See this the steam with the temperature that cooks them quickly. It's important.
So it only takes 5 minutes.
No, 5 minutes. And unless you've got. No, I wouldn't say 5. 5 is not. About 6, 7 minutes. I've done it for 6, and after the 6th minute, I'm going to take the lid off and add the cream and the chopped herbs and mix it around a bit. See what's happening.
It's really quick, yeah.
Okay, this is after exactly 6 minutes. You might be 7 minutes, whatever, I don't know, but 6 minutes. Now, let's have a look here. You can see what's happened here with this mixture. You're looking at the garlic, trying to see, cooking the garlic, you're looking at the shells through the eyes of through the steam, and it looks like most of them are looking good. Now, so that's after 6 minutes. So, you're thinking, what do we do here? Okay, what we're going to do is add some cream. This is a pot of cream, I don't know how big this is, how much do you say?
200 millilitres.
200 millilitres of cream, right. So this goes in here like that. Whoop. Now if you've got chopped parsley, chopped chives, now's the time to add it. Okay, so there's the cream, that's the cream on in. I haven't got these fresh herbs at the moment, so we're going to put in some dehydrated salad herbs. Don't have to put them in, but you know, it adds to the party, doesn't it? Look. A bit more perhaps.
It tastes really good.
When you've got a steaming pot, it's a top tip. If you've got a steaming pot with your herbs, don't go like that, empty it in there, because the steam, what happens is the steam from there goes in there and makes them go off. So don't do it. Right, so these are the mussels here. They're looking good, the smell's superb. As I say, if you want to add curry powder right this moment, then go ahead. This is good enough. This is more than good enough.
It's our favourite way, isn't it? Really?
Right, so you think, well, what do we do now? What we've got to do is put it another couple of minutes. So take the lid on. Put the lid on for another couple of minutes. So 1, 2, or maybe even 3. But 2, we'll do it on 2. We'll do it on 3. And after that, they'll be done. All ready. Remember, they've got to smell. When you buy these things and you get them, they've got to smell pleasantly of the seaside. You went to the seaside, you smell the sea air. They've got to smell like that. If they smell of rotting fish, it's not good. Don't even go. Okay, we don't cook for another. We've just added the herbs and the cream, so it's ready to cook, ready to serve up now. So we'll have a look now.
Oh, beauty.
So there they are. Now these will keep warm for a while, so you don't have to rush with your chips. Your chips are not quite ready. For example, my chips right now, I've just got the chip fryer heating up, so I'm in no worries at all about these. You just turn the heat off. No heat on there now. Move it over to a side, and put the lid on, and it stays warm for a long time. Okay, we're going to serve these up now, and we're going to do it like this. Don't forget, it looks a lot, but it's not, because you're only eating the bit that's in the middle of it. And it's got, mussels are full of protein, so you're going to feel full quickly. It's not like other foods that are not as filling. So mussels are filling, but now to go with this, chips, French bread. Well, that's a French bread. Crusty bread doesn't have to be French. Crusty bread. They're superb.
Smells amazing.
Now the wine is cooked. The thing about the wine is the wine will lose its lose the alcohol content quite quickly, because alcohol boils 80 degrees. It boils off at 80 degrees, and you've been steaming this, so it's going to be pretty much alcohol free. So don't worry about it. You've got to be able to taste the alcohol. You've got to taste the wininess in it, because it's not there. So that's about as maximum as you want to stack it. Okay, now the liquor. Here's the liquor. Look, there's another portion in there, or more. Here's the liquor. Now that's
a chip gold, that for chips.
Yeah, and chips, and also you know, just pour it on there like that. So each plate gets some of that, and that like that.
You dunk your chips in there, yum.
And you can put more cream in if you wanted, but to make the thing, if you want more liquor. But what I've shown you there is it gives you enough. Right, so for the greedies, for the hungries afterwards, we're just going to keep that. That'd be for seconds, whoever has that, or half of that.
Yes, please.
And we're going to keep that, as I say, just put it off the heat, put a lid on it, and that'll be good for a long time. We're waiting for our chips to finish in the fryer. Whilst we're here, let me just talk to you about these mussels. Now, remember we checked them before if they were dead or dying or whatever, and we got rid of some. Well, you have another look again. Now these ones look, let's do this one. These ones look all right. Have a look. Now, if there's any that are closed like that, don't eat them. That mussel in there is you don't eat it. Chuck it, right? You must do that. These ones are open.
Maybe you can check at the table. Huh?
Open.
Just tell them.
Yeah, you don't check. We don't get your fingers in there and check them. But I tell people if they're closed, don't eat them. For example, in this one, for example, in this one, that might be all right. But you're going to take a chance? I wouldn't. That one there, that could be all right as well. You're going to take a chance? I wouldn't. So, all these ones are open. That one's open. That one's open. That one's definitely open. You see how much open they get? That one, yeah, again, might be all right. But are you going to take a chance? No. So you see how much wastage you might get. Now there's some people that say, well, these are all right to eat. I wouldn't eat them. I wouldn't take a chance. Sorry. There you go. They go. For the price of they can go. That's why I say when you buy them, get loads. Get more than you think, because you're going to chuck a few. Anyway, I'm happy with those, and happy with those as well. And what everybody needs with these as well is a bowl like this, and a bowl to chuck the shucks in, the shells in. So get them out 2 bowls, one for these and one for the shells.
Can you show us how you eat them?
How you eat them, yeah. So you really get a hold of one like this. You break it off like that. Just that should come apart easily, and you get hold of like that, and then you hoof it out like that, and then eat it. And of course, you can put some liquor in with that, kind of like that, if you want to.
Like a little spoon.
Like a little spoon. Use it as a spoon, and then eat it.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so that's what you do. That's how you do it. Obviously, you're going to have to have serviettes, napkins, kitchen roll, whatever, to wipe your hands, because you're going to get messy. It's part of the fun. These chips are ready, so we're going to get these out of the fryer.
They look good.
Always put a piece of kitchen roll in there, because it soaks up any excess fat or whatever. Now these chips I was talking about, they're crinkle cut ones, and they're good for the sauce stays in there when you dip it in, and they've got the skin on, which can't be bad. So again, with chips, you don't want them every day of the week. It's not good. But every now and again, once a week, Super good. And there you got it. Today, this is my interpretation of moules mariniere, or mussels.
Moules-frites.
Moules-frites. They're mussels basically. These are not homemade chips. You buy them. I can't be bothered to do the chips as well. You can buy lots of different varieties of chips these days. So buy a fancy one to go with this if you can find some. Don't forget the alio. That's just mayonnaise and bashed up garlic. That's all you need in there. And hope you enjoyed the show. And to try this, then let me know what you think. Don't forget, if you suspect, if in doubt, chuck it out. Right? If you suspect a mussel is finished, has ended its days, don't attempt it. That's all for now. You can see more recipes up here. There's some quick tips up here, and you can subscribe down here if you want to. Until next time, see you soon.